guys, today I'll be doing a review of a graphic novel. It's entitled Revolver, and it's by Matt Kindt, I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's published by Vertigo Comics. That's the front cover. And you can't really see the spine. And that's the back. Now, this is basically a blind buy. I hadn't heard anything about this graphic novel before. I went into a comic book shop I haven't been to in like a decade, and I just wanted to look around and see some titles. I've been kind of getting into graphic novels lately, and I came across this one, and it was kind of intriguing, the title, first of all, and like I said, the cover. If you take a close look at it, you'll see it has an image this size, and if you flip it over, you get like an image kind of the same characters, but like a lot of devastation in the background. They're bloodied and bandaged. It kind of brought to mind the cover from the Walking Dead Compendium. So you see the characters on top, and then you flip it over, and they look like they're zombies on the bottom. So I picked it up and kind of read the back, and it sounded intriguing enough for me to want to bring it home. So what is it about? It's about this young man here by the name of Sam. He works in this kind of dead-end job that his girlfriend over here happened to get for him at a paper. He's a photographer, and he takes photos of celebrities at parties. He finds it kind of like a dead-end job. He doesn't see it as being anything of importance. He really kind of hates it. Life with his girlfriend is getting kind of mind-numbing as well. She's very materialistic. They seem to spend time at stores shopping for furniture and things for possibly their future home if they move in together. Oh, let's look at this thing. This couch will match this. And he just finds it he's just like kind of trudging through life. The beginning of the book, he comes home late at night from a bar, and it's about 11:11. You'll see on the screen there on his alarm when he falls off. The next morning he wakes up, and we see him getting ready for work. He's trudging off to work, and he's forgotten his phone, he's forgotten this, that, but he's not really aware of his surroundings or what's going on. We see it as the reader in the images that are portrayed. Finally, when things are exploding around him in the background, he wakes up and sees what's actually going on, and it's like he's woken up in another world. There's either some kind of strange terrorist attack. There's like newspapers we see floating around that say something about an avian flu that has killed thousands, and he doesn't know what the heck's going on. There's this total disaster. He runs to the building to see if his girlfriend's there. Comes across his boss, who's this other woman, who's another major character in the book, and the two of them, because his girlfriend's not there, the two of them escape to safety and eventually hold up somewhere and then fall asleep. When he wakes up again, he's back in his normal world. So that's what this book is about. He sort of keeps getting thrown from his normal life into this world of chaos and devastation, and it's almost like he's going through the motions of life in one world and struggling to survive and live in the other world. And it was really interesting how it happens. It's like I said, every time he falls asleep and he wakes up where he was in the previous world, and kind of has to keep all of this straight in his mind. Now, this is really interestingly done in the graphic novel itself. It's a fun image. You see these pages here have like a blue tone to them. This is his normal life. Everything is kind of like the sane world, you might say. And then when you get to these brown tinted pages, this is where everything is thrown like crazy. So as a reader, we can see that as it flips back and forth. Another interesting thing the artist did in this graphic novel was the strips at the bottom. I don't know if you ever watch the news and they have along the bottom, sometimes they'll have like little snippets of news kind of going across the bottom. That's what they've used at the bottom of this graphic novel. And you won't really be able to see the text, but the words, but you'll see there's kind of text running along there. And what they did was they used the page numbers within these little snippets of news. Now, they're only within each page, so when you go from here to here, it's not a continuous one, it's like a separate one. And I'll just read one for you here. It just says that numerous passengers are feared dead or missing as 3 ferries capsized in the Mediterranean after storms, and then it ends. Then another page starts up here, Midwest. Reports are coming in of a train collision in Kansas City, 4 cars carrying radioactive material. And it keeps doing that, and then like you get to the scenes where his life is, the sane part of his life. And it has the same type of thing, but it's more mundane kind of everyday things. Like, the League as the home team has regained their 18-game lead and remain in first place in their division. I thought that was kind of a really neat use of the bottom little section and the page numbers and kind of throw that all in there together. Overall, it's a fairly quick read. It moves pretty well. I enjoyed the storyline and the really interesting, two worlds kind of going on there. He has to kind of try to uncover this cause. Is this actually happening? Is he going insane? And you find this out as you read the story. Overall, for the artwork, it's not bad. I would have liked something a little crisper in the illustrations, because their faces a lot of times don't portray a lot of emotion. They almost seem kind of blank, basically because of the way it is illustrated. There's not a lot of detail in it, for lack of a better word. But it's overall, it's not bad. It's not cluttered. Even the text could have been a little bit clearer, I think. But I really did enjoy this. I kind of recommend it. Kind of a post-apocalyptic / I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's very interesting. So I overall give this a 4 out of 5 stars, and hope you guys decide to try and check that out. Again, it's Revolver by Kindt. And thanks for watching.